Mets, let's go Mets, let's go Mets. We stop. Teachers, this is on you. All right? 1, 2, 3. Our center fielder, Nimmo. The owner of the New York Mets, the National League Manager of the Year, Showalter. And Santa Claus.
All these Justin Verlander, Quintana, Roberts, me. Like before that, they were going out. They went out and tried to make a statement. And hey, we're gonna go. We're gonna compete. We're gonna win again this year. And that was the thing that was most important to me. Was we're gonna go and compete on a yearly basis and win every single year. And I knew that could be with the Mets, but then their actions spoke louder than their words right before my signing, as they were really ramping things up on the starting pitching side.
I mean, you were drafted in 2011. You're one of the few guys who remembers what it was kind of like there. What goes through your mind when you see that kind of sea change in terms of the way it's operating?
I mean, it's been eye-opening. It's been crazy and a little bit surreal to go through, because to go from a team where we definitely made it to the World Series in 2015. I didn't get to be fortunate to be a part of that, but then in 20 when it was the transition and to what we were doing in 21, as far as not just who we were signing, but also what we did on the inside with our sports science staff, with our analytics staff, and even giving us some more resources to be able to go on. It's been really quite a change, and I'm very proud to be a part of this. It is difficult, but that's honestly the best way to
see you guys later.
To be honest with yourself, sincere with the other side on, okay, what would it look like to do this? Was it hard to do at first? Yeah, I would catch myself sometimes saying like, well, this is how we did, we do things and what have you. Okay, well, that's how the Mets did things, and so it was hard to kind of, get into that process a little bit, but that was the only way to give it the proper attention that it needed, was to try and visualize yourself.
Hey Brandon, now that you're a part of the team,
during winter meetings, to what the Mets were doing in particular, and what was your sort of feeling seeing all that as you're interviewing with the team?
Yeah, I was definitely paying attention to it each and every day, because we were out there, and so we were getting the news. And then as far as what it went into the decision-making process, it just affirmed what I was hoping and that I had known from the last year of, Steve wants to win, Billy wants to win, and so we lost a lot of free agents this last year. How are those holes going to be filled? And they were answering those questions and checking those boxes, even leading up to my signing. And so it was just affirming what I had been told, and again, like I said, the actions speak louder than the words, and so it was just affirming that.
Hey Brandon, now that you're a part of the team, I guess what are your next steps to ensure yourself and the teammates make that next step and go to?
Well, I think first and foremost, focusing on the health so that I stay on the field the whole year, and that way I can help out however possible. And then from the other side, I'll be available. There's going to be lots of years of experience now that we're going to have to pull on, and we've got some nice young talent coming up, and it's going to be part of my job to help mentor these guys and show them, hey, this is what New York's going to be like. This is what playing in this market is going to be like, and this is what we care about as your team, and this is what Buck cares about as a manager. And so I'll be passing on that knowledge, and so will Francisco. And I was really, really excited to be coming back to the teammates too. Like Francisco, Pete, Jeff, Mark, and Starling. We got along so well last year, and we were a really close-knit position player group, and I'm excited to be with them and to pass our knowledge on to the young guys coming up. And after that point, we'll take care of the little things, and we'll prepare on a daily basis for the little things. But it's going to be that team mentality again of focusing on pulling on the same end of the rope and getting to a World Series and winning the World Series.
What was that reaction like from guys in the clubhouse when the deal got done?
Yeah, I got lots of texts from all the guys saying, hey, we're so glad you're back. We're excited to be playing with you again this year. All those different things, and I was obviously reiterating it that I'm excited to be back with you guys. And we did such a good job of building such good team chemistry last year that I'm really excited to continue that and to get back to that.
Do you have any interest in the idea of becoming a captain?
I mean, I'm open to it, yeah, but that'll be a decision I'm sure that's made by not just me, and so I'm definitely open to it. But I'm going to be leading, regardless of whatever my title is. I'm definitely going to be there to help and to lead in whatever way possible.
Brandon.
Yeah. I like to pride myself on being able to kind of hit it where they're not, and that was one thing that I admired about Tony Gwynn's game was his ability to just put the bat on the ball, and when you do that, good things happen. As far as the shift, being going away, I do know that with the rules, they still can put that shortstop just to the left of second base and keep the third baseman, kind of even. That is how they like to play me normally, so I still think I'm going to have that little pull over on the shortstop side to hit it through. But again, it's going to be a new part of the game that everybody's going to have to cat and mouse with. There's going to be some people that make adjustments, and then it's going to be in your court to make adjustments. And so I do like the way my game has transitioned. I've shown that I'm not just a one-dimensional player. I can do a lot of different things. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see what challenge that presents. But, always up for the challenge and figuring out a way to beat it.
There's been other little changes. Are you looking forward to looking at that style base?
With bigger bases, you mean? Yeah, with the bigger bases, definitely that adds a little bit because on those plays where you're out by, the review just a little bit, you're now safe. So that'll definitely go into it, and the aggressiveness on the base paths as well. But it's also going to go into how guys are swinging it behind me, and the risk reward, and all that's going to come down to analytics and the decision making that we come to as a group. But yeah, we're definitely going to try and add that in more and talk about it during spring training.
Couple more guys.
Studying more motion and timing.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to be educated about that because if it comes up where you're able to go and they can't pick over, then you want to take advantage of that. And so it's going to be a new part of the game that we're all going to have to learn a little bit, but I'm sure it'll happen quickly, and I'm sure we'll have some information for it as soon as we get into spring.
Brandon, was there a point in the last few years where you began to feel really comfortable here? You felt this is not just a place I'm playing ball, but maybe at some point down the road I can.
Yeah, I would say 2020. And then obviously that became kind of a weird year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say during that year it definitely became a place where I was starting to think a little bit longer down the road. Like, could we spend the rest of our career here? What would that look like? And then 21 just kind of solidified that a little bit. And 22, obviously, with how much fun we had with the 101 game winning season and making the playoffs and seeing what playoff atmosphere can be like here, we were definitely excited about the possibility of staying here.
Second?
Brandon, what's the chances of being in Santa next year?
I think pretty high. Yeah, I think pretty high. We had a little bit of a record in a row that we were trying to go after. I think was it Franco? I think Franco might have been it for like 11 years. So we'll see. Maybe I can break that now. Maybe I can break it by 1 year.
That wasn't ready to be your contract?
No, not yet. Not yet. It comes with a cherry on top.
The Santa Claus?
Yeah, the Santa Claus. Very nice. Very nice.
All right.
You get the suit off the rack or made to measure?
We'll see. Maybe it'll be made to measure now. You know, maybe we'll be able to customize it a little bit if this becomes a regular thing.
Thank you.
I always loved when, especially with him and McNeil, when they thought they knew where he was going to hit the ball, and we in the dugout would go, "Oh gosh, watch this," and they would block the ball down the third baseline. I don't think they're going to lose it. You know, Brandon's a lot like Jeff. They kind of survey the field and try to deliver the ball. You know, there's no ego to his game. I love the fact that he's gotten better every year. You know, he works at getting better, almost to a fault.
Does it say a lot about this team that you have Brandon up here and you have Daniel giving out gifts, and it's like, you talked about family earlier.
It's not that hard. You know, I know we had to come up and we had a sponsor dinner, and I said, hey, we're going to be here 4 days. What else can we help? I mean, I think the players feed off each other's. It's just part of their job description. They don't. It's one of the least complaining teams about stuff like that. They don't. It's just everybody. Nothing's beneath anybody. It's just, hey, one day, it's like I tell them about autographs. One day you're gonna wish somebody would ask you for one. You know? So you gotta understand why those things happen. And I think they do. It's a mature group. But you know, he's not any different today than the day he's still driving that Prius or Corolla. Asked me he's going to get a new car. He goes, why? It's only got 60,000 miles on it.
Would you say it speaks a lot about Brandon's character that immediately after his introductory press conference he comes to take part in?
Oh yeah, and they didn't have to talk him into putting that elf outfit on either. He looked good in it. My wife's wanting to take home the Miss Claus outfit. No, but he and Chelsea, this isn't something different though. This is what they've been doing since they got here. I was kidding him about the show Yellowstone and Montana and what it's probably done to Wyoming, and everybody's moving there now, right? Wanting to be Beth and Rip. Not that I watch it.
Great show.
It is.
It is.
I'm sure you've seen a lot of players over the years. What makes Brandon so special versus some of the other stars that you've seen before?
Just always chasing. He's never satisfied. Very approachable. Same guy every day. Real sincere. Not any phoniness. What you see is what you get. I tell you what I saw him this year. That talking to Glenn a lot. I saw him a couple of years ago. So what's changed about him? And he's he's not afraid to show his competitive fire. I mean, I like the fact he gets upset at the right things. He's got a streak in him that's very competitive.
It's funny you mentioned all the attributes these players are giving, but the old adage is that a team takes on the personality of the manager. How much
players? I tell you, they do. I'm taking on their personality, the other way around. You fit what they need. It's not. If you think it's the other way around, you're missing the boat. It's what do they need and bring it. And that's what we talk about as a coaching staff all the time. Just had a Zoom call. Okay, what do you think this club's going to need us to bring? And you bring it. Not, hey, just to me. Those days are over. I hope they are. This thing, adapt or die.
Did you get a feeling through? I mean, the free agency process has to play out, and every player, goes through it in their own way. But did you kind of have a feeling all along that this was going to be the way it would end up with Brandon, given how much he loves this one?
No, nobody knows. You like to think that we wanted Chris back, but the timing was tough.
Yeah.
We wanted Jake back. It's just, at that time, certain things are out there that doesn't make sense for us, so you got to pivot and go somewhere else. Otherwise, you're going to get left at the stall. But I think Steve really understands, Billy does a great job of laying everything out for him and the pros and cons, and he makes the decisions. That's the way it's supposed to be. But it's timing. Little things mean a lot to me, whether it's Rayleigh and it's opened up a lot of other things, you know. It's pretty easy to get somebody to answer a call from us. It might not have been that way before.
All right.